Who?
Well, here I am, Margaret Kerry, along with Tinkerbell. We're still at large. And I was asked to tell a little story or two about working on the Lone Ranger commercial, not commercial, for heaven's sakes, on their show. And I grew up with the Lone Ranger on the radio. Oh, I just loved the Lone Ranger. Hi, ho, Silver. But I was cast in the role of Jane Carter in the Lone Ranger, and I felt like really big stuff. So we shot it at Desilu Studios. Well, what that means is that that's a very small studio, and it's not very high as you figure a soundstage would be. And they had to, they shot it on film, which was interesting to me because we were doing TV before. So anyway, they had all the scenes around the soundstage. Everything was there. And on the second day, they had the horses. No, it was the first day, as a matter of fact, because I have to tell you that all the young things that were going into the directory from actors would just out and out lie, because you would see what can they do, what can they attempt. Margaret Kerry, here she is, and it says that I could ride a horse and I could swim. I can do neither. But that didn't matter. Everybody else was saying it too. So I get on the set and there's a horse waiting for me. And I tell them, I said, I'm sorry, I lied to you. I can't ride a horse. They said, okay, we'll have you just dismount. That I could do. I could get off the horse. So we started shooting, and everything, they went from one set and lighted that to the next set and lighted that to the next set. And in between, these old rough and ready guys who had worked on a sound stage all of their lives and had a few four-letter words that were quite interesting. Well, Clayton Moore, the Lone Ranger, and Jay Silverheels would call me over like that, and I would go over and sit with them, and we would talk. They would ask me questions about me, and I would ask them questions about them every single time, so that I didn't hear what was going on. That was a different time for Hollywood. It was a wonderful. Clayton Moore was the dearest man, and Jay Silverheels agreed with that. So it's all in my book. Oh, here's my book. And there's quite a chapter about it and going with them. And it made me thrilled that I could say, I was the one who chose to say, no, Dad, he's the Lone Ranger. Fade. Here's Pixie Dust. We'll see you soon.